Every good story is about the journey, and this is the story of our journey trying to play the top 100 courses in the UK and Ireland in just 10 years. This is the Top 110 Golf Podcast, episode 83, the Formby Golf Club Review. Well, what a day we'd had amongst the trees and on the links of a course that sits in the most famous parcel of golfing land in England, the famed Gulf Coast, and a place we're finding is full of unexpected surprises and, frankly, gorgeous golfing conditions. There's a reason why so many amazing golf clubs have made this area at home, and we'd explore perhaps one you may not know that much about. Prior to that, could I ask you out there to hit subscribe on YouTube, and if you're listening to this podcast, please press follow. That helps spread the word to other people who are perhaps like you, who might enjoy listening to our podcast.
Endure is the word you're looking for.
Is it endure? Sorry, I've got that wrong. Endure listening to our podcast. Now back to this episode. So, Chris, we played Formby Golf Club.
We did. We are two very lucky boys, aren't we?
What a place it was.
Boys.
It's interesting about that place because I think in the preview we sort of said that we think it could perhaps be divisive because it feels like it's a bit different in that area for a golf course.
And like you said in the little kind of intro there, we've played a good chunk, if not pretty much all of that Gulf Coast now, haven't we? What have we got left? We've got Lytham and Royal
Hoylake
Royal
and Birkdale left to play.
Birkdale. So we've got 3 left to play.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say after we played the first 2, we were a bit like, yeah, what's everyone going on about this Gulf Coast nonsense? Like, they were both all right. They weren't our favourites.
Yeah.
But I think as we've played more and more, I think we've just understood it more and more as we've gone on, haven't we? And I think Formby was like another step in that understanding of the golf courses around there and how incredible they are, right?
I think it's interesting. It's like building to a crescendo, isn't it? And it's like we've got probably the 3 biggest hitters in that area, which is Birkdale.
Yeah.
Open. We just had the Open this year.
Yeah.
You've got Lytham, amazing, like 8-time Open venue.
Yeah.
And then Hoylake, same again.
Yeah.
And we're sort of building to that.
I'd never really
It's weird, isn't it?
realised that, but yeah, I guess we have. But it does feel like that, doesn't it? It just feel like every time we play one, we feel like, oh crikey, this is
a
just
step up.
getting better and better.
It's mad. It's like it's really mad. I don't know what we're gonna do when we hit the top. Then just go like, oh my god, like everything's terrible now. But I mean, we played this golf course with a gentleman called Mark, who's been on our podcast before, and his friend Andy, who's a legend. For many, many reasons, but primarily one reason, which we will reveal when it happens. But and we got it on a glorious day, but a very windy day.
Yeah, it was a bit breezy, wasn't it? So
yeah.
I was about to say it was proper links golf, but I'm not sure I would class Formby as a proper links now. It feels completely different to a links course, doesn't it?
It doesn't have like heather and stuff like that around the side, so it's not that kind of heathland kind of feel to it, but there's a lot of trees there.
Yeah, it's kind of got... Yeah, the trees definitely make it feel kind of heathlandy, don't they?
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like links in the turf and the bunkers. It's a real mixture, isn't it? Which I think is... absolutely
a great mixture.
Yeah, it's a really great mixture.
Yeah. I mean, we should have known there's trees because they're in the fucking logo. Like,
yeah.
Straight away, it's like left, it's front and centre tree. Yeah. But it's kind of really noticeable, isn't it? You kind of get there and you're like this enclosed bit. Now, we also said in the preview that there is Formby Golf Club, and then within the confines of Formby, there is Formby Ladies. But the way it's done, or the way that area is, it is like there's like a hug from the trees around it all.
Yeah, it's kind of... I mean, there is one little bit where you get down to... 6 or 7, where all of a sudden, like, you can see the sea there.
Yeah.
But that's that one little bit, and then you kind of come back inland, don't you?
Yeah. It's this warm embrace of a tree. Yeah. It is. Oh god.
Is that like a reverse tree hugger?
What am I doing? Yeah. So I've gone all Lord of the Rings. Now, okay, so it was very windy. So obviously we're like set ourselves up here. We're like, okay, it's windy. It's not that wide open as such, but keeping control of your golf ball is going to be tricky. We'd arrived in plenty of time, so we had a chance to go and have a little warm up at the range and stuff like that.
We did, but I think it's worth noting when you first get there, it just feels impressive, doesn't it? For me,
Yeah,
so you've got
clubhouse is great.
Big clubhouse, and you got on the left, and you got the pro shop on your right, and you've got a huge putting green, and then just in front of the clubhouse, you've got it feels like the size of a football pitch, the 18th green, this massive, long, beautifully manicured 18th green that sits outside the front the clubhouse. And I think it's just a really spectacular entrance to a golf club, isn't it?
There's a lot of space to breathe there before you're round.
It feels kind of grand and it feels special, doesn't it? And it just felt pristine, didn't it? Everything.
There were a ton of people on the practice green.
Yeah, it was busy, wasn't it?
But you didn't feel like it was overcrowded or anything like that. It was plush.
Yeah.
But not in a leather-bound chairs kind of way. It was plush in a golfing kind of way.
Yeah.
Like nice comfy space, like there's loads going on. Bit of a hike to the driving range. So if you want to warm up, you've got to walk a bit.
Bring your hiking boots. Yeah, it was a bit of a trek, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't walk apart from let's play golf. But I was just like, oh, wow.
To be fair, it was one of those moments where the guy in the pro shop was like, the driving range is just kind of down there, gave us some directions. He's like, it is a bit of a walk. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, you know, when you look at a Google walk and you're like, yeah, but that's for like an 85-year-old person.
Yeah,
I can do it in half that time.
It's fine.
And he said it would be like a, I don't know, 5-10 minute walk or something. I was like, oh shit, it actually is like a 5-10 minute walk.
Oh, yeah, I had to stop halfway to have a breather and take a picture of the clubhouse. I mean, look, you fit your driving range where you can fit your driving range. It's always great. We're grateful there was a grass driving range and there was space to do it.
When you got there,
wonderful.
Great facilities, right? Free balls, grass range.
But I think it would be remiss of us to not mention that because it did take me by surprise. I was like, oh, okay, right, I've got to walk now. Right. Yeah. I mean, also it means, look, for somebody going to play Formby, allow yourself a bit of time. If you want to go to the range, you need that you almost need that 15 minutes to get there and back in walking.
Yeah, exactly.
Get there. But, just go and pick up many balls up as you want, all that kind of stuff.
Worth the trip.
And then welcome and arrival and stuff like that. So they were doing something. There was loads of open vans knocking around, weren't there? There'd been some kind of
well, it was
qualifying or something had happened.
It wasn't open qualifying. It was something else, wasn't it? There was some sort of amateur event on, I think, nearby.
Yeah, something was happening.
I think it was kind of what we thought it might be.
Yeah,
yeah. As we were leaving, there was a whole kind of row of R&A vans rocking up, wasn't there?
Which is incredible how that makes you suddenly feel like, oh, this is a bit special.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a van with a logo.
Yeah.
Like, if I see that anywhere else, it's not a problem. But what I found the arriving there and stuff like that a wee bit curious. You park up and you kind of don't know where to go because you're at the back of the clubhouse where the car park is. You know there's this other building, so you kind of like walk out front and you're kind of looking for a sign to say like, here's the pro show, is club or whatever.
I'm pretty sure there was loads of signs.
Was there?
Yeah.
I didn't take any of that
before
in.
you get to the clubhouse. I think there's like one of those little spirally ones with
Posts
different directions. Yeah.
Well, there you go. It exists. But we checked in at the pro shop. Now we had an odd check in because we'd informed Formby that we're from the podcast and we're coming on whatever. So the young guy must have been like a assistant pro or something like that, but he sort of said, oh yeah, the guys from the podcast, and we're like, yeah. And usually, we're old hat at this now. We're 26. This is 26 courses. We're 26 courses in. You get a little bit of like, oh, what's the podcast about? Whatever. And he kind of just went, are you from the podcast? And I'm like, yeah. Okay. And it was like nothing. So we almost had to go like, oh, where do we go and warm up? Where do we do anything? It's like he'd gone, oh, your podcast, you must have researched this. We don't need to tell you anything. It's fine. So it was a little bit odd, but poor guy. Maybe just rabbit in the headlights with us, mate.
But then we had a pretty decent conversation with him after that, though, I think, didn't we?
He was fine after that. Yeah. I think it was just that initial. I think he just kind of... It's not like he wasn't expecting us.
I think he was a bit confused as to what to do with the green fees. I think he wasn't quite sure how to... I don't know, something technical.
Right,
so
okay,
I think it might
fair
have thrown
enough.
him. But he seemed like a really nice guy. He gave us a good intro and stuff afterwards, didn't he?
He did, yeah. And then, obviously, we were playing with Mark and Andrew. So Mark and Andrew had been really kind because they said, look, we're on this trip. They played a couple of amazing courses before. And they played Lytham, hadn't they, the day before?
Yeah,
and
they
then,
had,
they said, do you want to join us? We've got a couple of spare spaces. We're like, absolutely, we will join you, no problem.
Yep.
So then we headed into the clubhouse. We must give mention to that clubhouse because it's
a pretty good one, isn't it?
very good. Yeah, understated, but like very good. It's got the famous Hippo, which we covered in the preview, I think, but it was donated. The Hippo head was donated to the club. I've got a really good story, and I've forgotten her name. I might have written it down somewhere, but there was a lovely young lady who worked in the halfway hut. The halfway was great.
Yeah.
And she worked in there, and she was like, have you got, when I told her we were doing the podcast, she was like, have you got time for a story? I was like, yeah. And she goes, that Hippo head. So apparently what had happened with it was donated to the club, and then the war happened, and it got, because it was seen as good luck, it got taken onto a warship. And then once the war had finished, the club wrote to the Admiralty and said, it's a good luck charm. Please, can you return the Hippo head to us? But I think it's brilliant. Like, what great... And obviously it was good luck because nothing happened to the ship. So there you go. Now, I don't know, you're supposed to touch the hippo and you go, but don't do that. Please don't do that, because I don't want to get in trouble for doing that. But it is quite a shocking, like, it's a big picture.
Yeah, it's
famous
big,
picture, but it's like,
yeah.
Hippos are massive.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
actually massive. It's a good shot, whoever shot it. And then, then what about welcoming the clubhouse? What did you think of that?
So when we first walked into the clubhouse, I got a bit of I think it was a lady on like reception who gave me a little bit of a kind of curt response, kind of what you doing here kind of thing. I'm not sure what she thought was going on, but as soon as she realised that I was playing golf and I was, we were signed in, she was brilliant, and she kind of told me where to go and stuff. But initially it was just like a first slightly strange reaction.
There was something, because
like, are you supposed to be here kind of thing?
Yeah, a little bit. As is our way. Chris goes in. I don't. I take pictures. So I was taking a picture like the Formby sign on the clubhouse, whatever, and I wasn't really paying attention to what was happening, but it's weird, isn't it? Like a human intuition is a bit weird. Like, it was just the tone of voice on how the conversation was. I was like, oh, what's happened here? And you were just like, oh no, we're here to play golf, whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, fine. But it was a weird exchange, wasn't it? But I can't remember what it was.
It was a little bit.
But once we got in,
I mean,
fabulous clubhouse, eh?
Incredible clubhouse, and the staff were incredible.
They were brilliant.
Fair. They were
so
incredibly
nice,
friendly,
which we always get around that part of the world, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
famous
Scouse welcome.
Very famous Scouse welcome. Yeah, absolutely. So look, the facilities there are absolutely lovely. The locker rooms are great.
Yeah,
really, really nice locker rooms. So traditional, but also then when you go to the bathroom bit, that's the bit that should be modern, and it is modern.
Yeah,
and it's really, really nice. So
I think it just feels, because Formby is a lovely place. Like, the surrounding area is lovely. It just feels like when you're going in, it just feels premium, doesn't it? You feel you're going in, you're like, oh, we're gonna have a good day.
Premium is a great word, Chris. Yeah. I like that word, premium. Yeah, it has that. This is a 300 odd quid green fee about it.
Yeah,
no, I think it matches those expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it exceeds those expectations.
Yeah, it's a lovely clubhouse, wasn't it?
It was,
but relaxed as well. Like, it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't like, I don't belong here, that kind of thing. I don't think we've ever had that really, where we sat somewhere and gone, this feels awkward or weird or whatever. Maybe we're just belligerent about all that sort of stuff. I don't know. So that was a clubhouse and their kind of facility and checking in and all that kind of thing. Now, the course, it was ranked 52 in our original list. It's gone up to 39.
Yep.
I get that.
Absolutely.
What did you think of the condition of that golf course?
I mean, like I said, I think when we first walk around that corner and you see like the 18th green and the putting green, you just go, okay, we're in for a good day here.
This is gonna be a good day.
Because everything was just immaculate. Like, that 18th green looked like one of the best greens I've ever seen. And I think, to be fair, some of those greens were some of the best greens we've played on so far.
It was a beautifully presented golf course, wasn't it, Chris?
Everything just looks like in place. The bunkers look immaculate. Everything just looks perfect.
Yeah, and I hark back to the green fee. You're paying 320-ish quid.
Yeah.
You expect that, but even then, when it's there and it's laid out in front of you, you're like, oh my God, this just, like, it feels like that we had it at Wallasey, where it feels like someone's just gone and just trimmed individual blades of grass to the right height.
Just that you can just tell that attention to detail is just right up there, and whoever the green stuff in there that are doing that, you can tell they've obviously just got very high expectations and high standards in terms of the way they present that course.
I used a word to Mark that I felt encapsulated the course and the course condition. That was classy.
Yes.
I felt the whole thing was classy.
I think that's, again, premium and classy. I think that's two great adjectives to describe Formby.
I think if you're at Formby, credit to you, would take those two words any day of the week, wouldn't you?
I think you probably would, yeah.
Okay, well, look, we'll talk about the overall flow of the course maybe, and then we'll get to our top 3 holes, because that does facilitate that conversation. So,
Yeah.
what was your overall impression of it as an 18 holes?
As an 18 holes as a flow, I think so. The first 2 holes are good holes, certainly not bad holes. Not the most memorable on the course, I think it's fair to say. Sort of 2 fairly straight down par 4s.
Yep.
You've got kind of trees down the right hand side. You've got the train line running down the right hand side. I think two good opening holes. Like,
Yeah.
not complaining.
Not remarkable, but
yeah.
yeah.
But I think then when you stood on the third tee, I think for me that's where Formby began, and I think the love affair started at that point. I think with Formby for me, because I think sort of 3 through 14, if you can say that, after 2 glasses of Fanta,
14, yeah,
were just incredible holes.
This is vodka and orange, mate. What are you on about? He's bloody hot at the minute, so we're drinking ice cold Fanta. That's what we've come to. Can't even drink beers anymore. I mean, it was a fabulous third hole. We've actually we'll maybe jump ahead for 2 seconds, but we both identified hole number 3 as in our top 3 holes.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
and that was we discussed in preview. That was highlighted and promised to be by a lot of independent reviewers and online reviewers. One of the best tee shots in the Northwest. I mean, wasn't it?
It's pretty good, isn't it? Like, you've kind of got so it's basically like a big, long, sweeping dogleg from right to left, isn't it? And you've got a row of bunkers kind of going up there that you've sort of got to kind of cut over a little bit.
2 and 1, I think it is, when I looked at the course map, and it keeps you honest a bit, doesn't it? You either go for it over them or you bail out right. I mean, you stand over there. It's not like it's a difficult tee shot, because you can bail out right very easily.
Yeah, there's space to go at.
But it was clever.
It's just something about the angle of the tee and the bunkers and the fairway that just kind of sets you up to think, oh, this is a interesting and B difficult tee shot.
Yeah,
it's probably a much easier tee shot than it looks.
Yeah,
but just the way it's been designed and the way it's been set up just kind of sets everything out in front of you, and I think just leaves I guess it just brings the danger to the forefront of your mind, and it's just right there in front of you, isn't it? Just enough to kind of give you that, ooh.
Well, there's 5 bunkers there.
Yeah.
It was do you know what? Like, you and we're privileged. Well, not privileged, because we chose to do it, so we kind of brought it up on ourselves, pat on our own backs, whatever. But we do the previews, so you have a flavour of what's coming on in the course.
Yeah.
Which you perhaps wouldn't do if you're just playing it as you just booked it, whatever. Just go, I want to see it as it goes there, but. You play 1 and 2. You're right. 1 and 2 are kind of just golf holes. Welcome to Formby. That's it. And this third is coming and what it's been described at. Now, it works 2 ways. There's a little bit of like, come on, is it really going to be that good?
Yeah.
The other bit is you get a bit tingly excited where you just go, oh, this is going to be, this is going to be great. And I just stood on that and I was like, oh yeah. I get it. And also it's because the reveal of that tee as well. So you sort of finish the second and there's a bit of tree that juts out.
Yeah.
And then you kind of head back left towards the tee. Then you turn and you look at it and you go, oh, right. This is what everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
And I mean, I played it well. So I don't know what something's happening with my golf at the minute, but like off the tee with a driver. I mean, I'd rather just hit driver every day.
I mean, it's getting ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It is ridiculous.
It's like an out of body experience. This when I get on that first.
It's been like 10 rounds in a row, more than that.
Mad.
Maybe even like 15 rounds where every drive has just gone straight and pretty long.
Going kind of where I want it to go. Yeah, it's weird, but I mean, I reached this green in 2, so. That shows how long that first drive was. However, I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful tee shot. And again, the approach as well is like, I think it's dead odd. So you kind of get, not odd, like good odd, but you've got this green, it's a longish approach shot, but there's this one solitary tree just next to the green.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
It's that feels out of place, but then when you get there, you're like, but I like that because it kind of divides that green and then the next tee up.
Yeah, it just kind of gives you that framing, doesn't it, for the green.
Framing.
Yeah.
That's a great word. It just frames that hole perfectly.
Yeah.
So that was a beautiful golf hole, wasn't it?
It was a cracker.
And then you kind of, I mean, what do you think of the rest of the front 9 then?
That's brilliant. I think the next hole's like short par 4 after that was brilliant. And then there's the par 3 up the hill, the 5th, again, great hole. I just didn't really feel like there was any weak holes there between, like I said, between sort of 3 and 14. It was hole after hole. I thought was just excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I particularly loved we'll get to it a bit later, but I particularly loved that 12 to 14 stretch.
Yeah.
That is around the clubhouse. You've just had your halftime drinks kind of thing, and then it's around that kind of area, and we'll touch upon that a little bit later. But and then you kept the closing. What were your thoughts on the closing stretch? So we obviously mentioned the 18th green, and that is incredible, isn't it? You've got the clubhouse on the right.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's a lot of times you're sort of shooting straight at the clubhouse, but you're not this time. It's just angled off to the right, so you're finishing alongside it.
And I think again, it's a bit like the first and second. That they're certainly not bad golf holes, but they're just not quite as engaging and quite as exciting as the kind of middle section of the course.
Yeah,
I think I would say. So there's kind of a short par 3, isn't there? There's that 16, and then there's kind of 17, 18, 2 holes back towards the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Which they're all,
they're nice holes.
perfectly great golf holes, but just not quite at the same level as some of the others on there. But, I mean, like I said, that stretch through 3 through 14 was just incredible.
Incredible, wasn't it?
Incredible.
Such good golf.
Such good golf. Like I say, it just feels very unique, doesn't it, in the like we played loads of links courses, we played loads of heathland, but this was just, like you say, it was somewhere in between. There was loads of trees around.
Yeah.
Feel like you're kind of out in nature. It doesn't, sometimes links courses, incredible kind of test of your golf, but just don't have that aesthetic, the visuals that you get on, like I say, a parkland course. But I feel like Formby just kind of has, it's almost got like the best of both worlds.
I feel like it's got that as well.
Which I think makes it fairly unique. I don't think we've played anywhere quite like that.
No.
Sort of S&A and Hillside are a bit like that.
Hillside was the closest, I think.
But they feel more linksy. This feels less linksy, so it kind of feels more...
It's enclosed. It's just
more enclosed, yeah.
Where else have we felt? We felt enclosed at Hollingwell, didn't we? Because that's like sits in a bowl and whatever. And it almost had that kind of feel about it. It's like you're here now.
Yeah.
You're in the care of the golf course.
Yeah, and you feel like you're properly kind of in nature, don't you? Rather than just getting blasted by the wind in the sea.
We were still getting blasted by the wind, don't we?
We were. Yeah.
However, it was just I mean, it was lovely. There's a few people that we crossed as we were playing, but to a man, everyone said, "This is a tough golf course."
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy track, is it?
No. Now we had differing fortunes.
Yeah.
I played a blinder. I really did.
Yeah, you were playing well.
You didn't.
I struggled to keep the ball in play.
Yeah, I think, off the tee you were struggling, weren't you? But I mean, sometimes it's difficult to separate. If you played really well, you're obviously going to have a good impression of the golf course, aren't you?
Yeah.
For somebody who then didn't play as well, your impressions of the golf course, I mean, you detached yourself away from the score.
I absolutely loved it.
Brilliant.
I just loved it. Like I say, I'd say from start to finish, but specifically that kind of middle section, I thought was just fantastic and right up there in the hunt for the best course on that coast.
Says a lot for the golf course, doesn't it? That if you can,
we've played some great ones, right? We've played Wallasey, we've played Hillside, we've played S&A, we've played some really, really top-notch quality golf courses. And like I say, I think for me, it's in the running for the best that we've played in there.
It stacks up, doesn't it? Formby Golf Club. Okay, so with the top 3 holes, so we both went with 3. What was your next one?
The next one, mine are all quite close together, which is quite unusual for me. Normally, there's a bit of a spread across the course, but I've gone for 3, which we've already touched on the long par 5 or shortish par 5, should I say rather?
Yeah.
The 5th then. So a couple of holes later is the first of the par 3s. So it's an uphill par 3, which
right into the wind, wasn't it?
Which was right into the wind. So it's only like 150 yards, but it's kind of uphill, maybe a club. But I think it's just really well designed. So you've kind of got a lot of rough up on the right hand side, which feels like the place that you want to miss. But actually, in reality, once you get up to the green, there's a big kind of cavernous run off down the left hand side. So actually, in reality, behind that rough on the right hand side, there's a bit of space.
Right.
So you're kind of okay, unless you go really far right, which one of my partners did. Not mine. Mine was
Were you on the green? Yeah, you were on the green.
Right, a good shot
there. Mark and Andy.
Mark and Andy both went
way
miles right. We both hit the green. I think both made par.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a memory from that one because I think you played your tee shot. I played mine last.
Yeah.
And you played yours. And then it was like, there weren't any challenges or anything. It was just a par 3, but it was like, it's tough into the wind kind of thing. And then I played mine. I absolutely buttoned my tee shot, didn't I? And it was like, I should have birdied that hole really, but I could have only been 7 or 8 feet away from them. But I didn't have any putting technique at that point, you see, so I probably would have done it otherwise. But I mean, yeah, it was a wonderful path into the wind. That is a difficult tee shot.
I say it's only 150 yards, and it looks fairly innocuous. But like I say, it feels like you don't want to go right, but actually in reality, if you go left, you're in much more danger.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing short. Like, there's no danger in short. It's just long and
I mean, it's a bit of a run off at the front, isn't it?
Yeah,
so you don't
that was
really
it.
want to be short. But
like, you could probably just play it low and let it scoot up or something like that.
I just felt like it was a really well designed par 3.
It was nice, wasn't it?
It catches you out a little bit with kind of the visuals and the aesthetics of it.
Yeah.
But actually, strategically, I think it's a really great hole.
I'll tell you something else I remember from that hole, Chris.
Okay.
So we had to cross a gate, didn't we? You had to cross a little road to get over to it.
Yeah.
I just pick up on stuff like this. How many times do you go on a golf course and you got these gates and things like that, and you're like, looks like it just needs a lick of paint or something. That was a brand new gate. Now I don't know how new that was, but that was like splinters still coming out of the damn thing. It was like it was branches and trees. It was just spick and span, wasn't it?
I think that's kind of true of everything around there, isn't it? Everything just looks perfect.
They can't have it. They can't have it if they've got anything out of place there at all.
Yeah.
It was it was really that was a beautiful hole.
Yeah.
What have you got next?
The next I've got is a 2 par 5s actually, which again is quite unusual for me. So I've got the 8th.
Yeah.
Which was that was our
signature
hole, wasn't it?
That was our signature hole challenge. Shall we go there?
Sure, we might as well, I guess.
While we're talking about it, tell me what you liked about it, I suppose.
So what I liked about it is it's not a particularly long hole. It's only 480 yards, I think. So it's a pretty short par 5. However,
468 I've got off the
468. So yeah, it was a short one, so it's definitely gettable.
Yeah.
But the drive was into the wind. Or the hole was into the wind. I'm assuming that's the way it normally plays. It's that short.
But almost all of that until we turned at the halfway, like everything was into the wind. And we were in all different directions, but it was like we're always into the wind.
Yeah,
it was like, what is going on here?
But yeah, it's a really narrow fairway. And you've got a big drop off on the left, and you've got some kind of trees down the right. So it's a tight drive. It's quite an intimidating drive, I think.
Yeah.
Which is good because I think, like I say, it's that you've got a chance, but there's also some risk in there as well. So if you hit a good drive, which I did, it gives you a really good opportunity to make a good score.
I think on a non-windy day,
Yeah.
if you were able to if you were to draw it slightly just off the middle, you then catch the downslope.
Yeah,
you're going to have a monster drive there, aren't you? And then
that'll a wedge in probably pretty much at that
point. That would. But I mean, how often do you get a non-windy day there? I don't really
exactly.
know. That's the thing.
But I think it's
really
it's a tough tee shot.
It?
But I think the second shot is really my favourite part of the hole. So it's a kind of raised green and it's surrounded by dunes. You've got this big dune just in front of it to the right hand side.
Yeah.
So you can see the green, but you can't quite get a feel for what it's like up there.
Yeah.
But
two-tiered.
You're in range, big two-tiered green. You're in range, right? So you can have a crack at it. Even into the wind, I hit a decent drive.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, do you know what? I just fancy this shot. I'm going to get my 3-wood out and I'm going to draw one off that mound and see where it ends up. So anyway, I hit an absolute peach of a second shot.
It was over the flag probably, wasn't it?
Right at the flag. I was like,
yeah,
that's going to be really good.
Yeah.
That's going to be really good.
And
I
then
got
what
up
happened?
there and I was like, oh.
I'm
expecting it to be on the green.
Did you check the hole? Did you think?
Well, I did because at first, because it was right into the wind, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just come up short. So I was just checking short for ages, and I was like, oh, there's nothing there. I can't have been like the dune's quite far back from the green. I was like, I don't think I would have been that far back. So I was like, I'll go up and have a look up on the green. Nothing on the green. I don't think I looked in the hole at that point because I thought that's ridiculous. I'm not niche.
Hey, I'm taking that. I am taking that.
So then it just happened that it just trickled over the back of the green. I mean, it was right behind the flag, but it just trickled behind, and it just settled in a really nasty piece of rough on the upslope, which I felt like the shot deserved more than that.
It in fairness, it did.
It was
because you hit it, and it was just, I'm filming it, and I'm just looking at it, I was going, oh my god, he's really hit that well.
Yeah,
that is the shot. That was the shot.
Yeah. So yeah, felt a bit unlucky there. So just going over the back of the green, and then like I said, a tough chip out. But I think the greens at Formby were difficult. I think they were quick and they were slopey. So I kind of got a little bit too much ball going through, and it just went all the way off the green, rolled all the way back down the hill, down the fairway.
There's a lot of video of me chuckling. There's a lot of video of me chuckling. I'll tell you what I didn't
feel like that bad a chip, to be honest. It's not like I thinned it or anything. Like I got contact with the ball. It was just a bit of a tough line. Just shot out a little bit.
Just shot out a bit, yeah. And it just sort of, I think you hit it and you were like, oh, it's sort of okay. And then it caught the downslope and then it just went even further. Yeah. I think it rolled off the green, didn't it, or something?
Yeah.
And then, so in the meantime, so I'd put my drive out to the right a little bit. So there's the fairway runs out and then you get a dip of rough. So it meant I didn't have any option. I had to lay up, really. I had to just kind of play out of it. And I went more left into the rough again, but then maybe about 60, 70 yards short.
Yeah.
So both my approach shots were just blind. I just had to kind of pick a spot and aim for it, which works well for me sometimes. If I haven't got a target, it's just an area and I should just pretend to do that all the time. So then I hit my third and ended up on the green. So I'm on green regulation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is all right.
And I'm not, even though I was only like 3 feet off the back of the green.
Yeah. You've like rolled off. So I'm thinking, all right, well, I mean, I don't know what was SI on that one. Stroke index on that one was stroke index 5. So I probably would have had a shot on you anyway.
Yeah.
But I think you're probably guessing from all of this that I didn't need the shot. But so you then hit your first approach back onto the green, came up, didn't quite make it to the top tier.
No.
You'd walked off a little bit and then it rolled back and you were like, oh, fuck, it's back again. And I was just like, this is fucking hilarious. And then you were like, right, I'll line up. I was like, right, I'll hit my first putt. Didn't really do too well with it. And I think I still had like 10 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
Then you played your next one and like the next one like went shooting by or something. I don't know what even know. I think you made halfway or something like that. This is all on, we'll have it all playing, by the way, on the video version. And you didn't even make halfway and it was like, oh, hang on a minute. I've got a chance here.
Yeah, I amassed quite a few 8s on that day, I think, didn't I? It was one of those days. And I think, do you know what? I think that's testament to the course. 'Cause I think once you're at the green, it's not over at Formby. I think every shot that you play on that around that course, you need to be switched on. You need to be tuned into what you're trying to do. Yeah. So if you get it slightly wrong, you're going to be in trouble again.
I'm going to shock you, Chris. You actually only got 2 8s.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I get some 9s?
You didn't get anything.
All right, okay.
9, 8 was your highest.
Yeah, okay.
Which
2 8s in one round is
2 8s, the 6 and 8 on the signature hole challenge
poor.
as well. Pretty on a par 5. You should be licking your lips on a par 5, Chris. Yeah, I mean, look, I had great fun watching it all unfold, and like I said, we'll be playing all this. But it was a wonderful hole.
It was.
And do yourself a favour if you're on the green and you get a chance, just turn and look back at where you just teed off from, because there's a beautiful like dip and rise, and I think that course has that in plenty.
Yeah,
it's not that flat as a pancake kind of terrain, and they maybe built a few bits up. There's lots of undulation, lots of character,
and even on some of the flatter holes, you still got all the kind of lumps and bumps that you'd kind of expect with links golf.
Yeah, I think they've done that. That has been designed into the course incredibly well.
Yeah,
nothing is flat and featureless.
No, it's
really like there's something there, even if it's like, and one of my favorite holes had this bit where the drive was relatively sort of flat, but then as you get to the green, the complex is such that you can kind of use the terrain to feed your ball around and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it just keeps you interested.
Yeah,
all the way
for sure.
It was so good. So you had 8. Did you say you had another one that was that were mentioned? Or are they your 3?
That's my 3.
That's your 3. Okay. Well, I'm going to go one hole back, so I'm going to go at the 7th.
Okay,
which we highlighted in the preview as a notable hole, and that was one of the Donald Steele redesigned ones. I thought that was a fabulous golf hole. Like, it's not really a driver; it's an iron/hybrid or wood off the tee.
Yeah,
narrow landing spot at about 200 yards. There's a big bunker on the left.
Yeah. I think just worth noting. I think the bunkers at Formby were brilliant.
They were amazing, weren't they?
They were.
This is coming from me.
Yeah, well,
I hate them.
They were all. I mean, there's quite a lot of them. There's not like loads and loads, but there's enough of them, and they're all right in those landing zones. So you've really got to be strategic off the tee, because I think there's
you either fly them,
the fairway bunkers, and you can there's an opportunity there for you. So it's not like overly punitive, but you've got to get it right. You've got to get in the right half of the fairway. You've got to get the right yardage to kind of stay out them. And I think that's sometimes you don't quite get that, but I think you get that.
You've got to think your way around that golf course.
You do,
I think it just lends itself to strategy there, doesn't it? But that was a beautiful golf hole, and it's like it's all uphill rising all the way, but there's dips and hollows, and again we'll play the video on the video version of it. And then I mentioned that kind of 12-14 stretch. I really liked 13. I just mentioned there was a hole where it was like a relatively flat drive. but then it's these built-up mounds, and you kind of, I played my approach to the right, knowing full well everything kind of cambered down towards the hole, and
Sure,
it
you
ended up quite.
didn't just push one.
No, I just pushed it. But hey, nobody sees that, do they? Until you admit it on a podcast. And then 14 is a point I think it didn't come up on any previews, but is well worth making the effort on this hole. So the 14 is right next to the halfway hut.
Yeah.
Pretty tough drive. It's a narrow landing spot, but
Yeah.
it's high up next to the halfway hut, and you're shooting straight at the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Which something good about that. There always is. And it's just a beautiful hole. Now, generally speaking, everyone's going to be playing off of yellows or whatever. Make the effort to go up to the championship tee.
Yeah.
Because it's much higher up.
Yeah, it's a completely different hole from there, isn't it?
Totally different hole. I mean, it's an easier drive, I think, from up there, because you can see a lot more of your landing spot.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
But amazing, and that's the picture that I took. I didn't take it from where we teed off. So definitely put that in your little asterisks on 14 to do. And that, like I said, that little stretch. What do you think of the par threes in general, Chris?
What did I think of the par threes? I mean, obviously, I picked one of them for my favourite holes, so that was a good hole. I think as a collection, probably not up there in my favourites. They certainly weren't bad, but yeah, didn't leave.
Didn't float your boat.
It's not that it didn't float my boat. I think the par fives were really strong. I think
Yes.
I think as a collection of par fives, they were some of my favourites.
I'd go along with that,
Which maybe, I don't know, lessened the impact of the par threes for me, maybe. Not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't come away because sometimes we come away going, oh, those par threes were incredible. Like, especially when you play the Heathland courses, that's just so pretty and so like perfect. And I didn't kind of get that feel from the par threes, but like I say, I was a fan of the par fives.
I liked the par threes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you for why. I thought they were playable par threes. I don't think there's some par threes we've played, and you're just like, oh my God, like if you're not accurate, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And I think these all had good bailout around them. They weren't trying to overly penalise you and make you lose a load of golf balls and whatever.
I think they were tough with the runoffs though.
They were hard with the runoffs.
I think if you miss, the greens are fairly generous, I would say, for most of them, and they're not particularly long. I can't quite remember. There's certainly two.
There's only three of them. Yeah,
there's two are short, aren't they? So the 16th is a short one. The 5th is a short one. Can't remember what yardage what was the third par three?
So we've got the 5th, which is we played. That was
like 150, isn't it? 160.
Yeah, 5th. It was the 10th, which was 180.
Yeah,
and then we had the 16th with 120.
Yeah.
So there's one long, two short.
Yeah, and I guess there's only three of them, so maybe that's why they're less memorable.
Maybe less memorable because of that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's quite that's unusual, isn't it? As well. Hole in one watch.
Nowhere near.
Nothing notable.
No, wasn't a great day for me on the course golf wise.
No, it wasn't. Well, look, we'll get to our any of the notable bits that you saw. We sort of said that we've got the 18th green, which is magnificent, isn't it? Really good ending point. And said lady who welcomed us into the clubhouse, and we were a bit like, oh, what's happened here? She came scurrying over when we were having our food afterwards.
Yeah.
And she was like, did one of you drop a golf glove? And I was like, yeah, I did. And she was like, oh, well, here you go. And I was like, how on earth did you know that was mine? She switched on, so good, fair play to her.
This is because you were fully Adidas branded ever, and it was an Adidas golf club.
Yeah, there's only
Must
one.
Be that guy.
It's definitely him. Yeah, he's got a tattoo on his
forehead. One thing that
forehead.
I've just remembered that I'd forgotten is actually we left that clubhouse, and what did we not do, Nish, before we went?
Oh yeah, I mean this shouldn't really should we broadcast this? We forgot to pay our bill, didn't we?
Pay our lunch, didn't we?
We walked away. Oh, we didn't walk away. We were in the car. Like we'd walked away very casually. Nothing had happened. Got in the car, and I just went, Chris, did you pay the food bill? And he was like, No. Did you pay the food bill? I was like, oh, I didn't pay it. So we rang him up straight away.
We had quite a long lunch, didn't we? We sat there for a while. So I'm not
ages.
Quite sure how we didn't pay.
I even went and said, thank you for your hospitality.
I know,
it helped us, whatever. And at no point was it like, oh, you need to pay us kind of thing.
It was weird, wasn't
it? I'm not endorsing anybody doing this, but like that was lovely that they didn't even, it wasn't transactional for them. They were just so nice and stuck in the hospitality mode.
Yeah.
But we rang up and we were like, oh, we're so sorry. And they went, oh, actually, thank you for ringing us and telling us that you did that. So that then leads us to our side bet. side bet Jim had set us was the most net birdies. Now, you probably got a bit of a hint that I've won that. But I've won that 6 net birdies to your 3. And 4 of those came on the back 9 for me. All 3 of yours came on the back 9. So we sharpened up our game at the end then, didn't we?
Yeah, I think because we were playing match play, weren't we, against the lads? And
I mean, we have to also mention that.
Yeah.
We pasted
England
them,
versus
didn't we?
Scotland.
Yeah, we pasted them with 4 holes together. I think it was done and dusted on the 13th or 14th or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, thanks for coming, lads. Cheers.
Next time.
Until next time, on the Top 110 Golf Podcast. Okay. Well, look, the obvious question now is, does it get into your top 5, Formby?
I think it does.
Does it?
I think it does, yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think it does.
Does it get into your top 3?
I think it probably just misses out on that.
Right. And is that it misses out on anything that's come since? Because this is going back a little bit. We've played a couple of rounds. Has anything else come in, or it's genuinely out of the top 3?
I think at the time it was in the top 3.
Right, interesting.
So for the purpose of this review and this podcast, this
in podcast
we are reviewing this a little bit late, aren't we? We've had busy
know.
schedules. We've not managed to get together to review this, so we're a little bit behind schedule. And we have played quite a few other courses since then.
We have,
So I think at the time it was in my top 3. It's snuck into my top 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say it has all the ingredients to go into my top 5. It's not going to, because I'm just a awkward fucker. So I'm ranking these things completely not based on what the golf course is like. So I'm very sorry, Formby Golf Club. I had a fabulous time there, and I think you've got a fabulous golf course. And dare I say it, 300 odd quid is punchy but worth it. Yeah. But I don't think it probably pushes my top 5. I don't think it will make it in there. And I think that's because there's probably a whole lot of other stuff that I consider that goes into my top 5. I don't think Formby did anything bad. It's just I'm nitpicking on the best of the best kind of thing. So I feel like a bit of a golf fraud for saying it's not going into my top 5 at time of playing. That was 26 in.
Yeah.
But it doesn't quite. Okay. But a highly notable mention and very creditable performance by Formby. I've now got our 3 reasons to visit Formby Golf Club. So we touched upon it when we first started. The visuals of that golf course are absolutely out of this world, aren't they?
Yeah, it's stunning. Absolutely stunning.
I've probably taken a picture of almost every tee and every tee shot.
Yeah.
There was something interesting about everything. And you look back at them, and they don't feel like a boring set of pictures. Like it was just like amazing.
Yeah.
Really easy on the eye. Number 2, that clubhouse is fantastic.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's massive, isn't it? It's huge.
Absolutely huge. Really comfortable.
Yeah.
Hospitality was wonderful. It's really amazingly decked out. It's like a little bit like Hillside in that kind of modern but traditional kind of way.
Yeah.
Loads of memorabilia on the walls and things to kind of get your teeth right into. And then the locker rooms are amazing. Yeah. They were so nice. So that was great. And then the third reason I've got is that, you're going into these areas and you're playing sort of, some of the best links courses around or whatever. And there's been a debate about Lytham recently, hasn't there? The Women's Open. Is it a links course? It's surrounded by houses and trees, whatever.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a really varied golfing challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
You do have trees, but you don't have heather and gorse and things like that to contend with. But the rough is up a little bit on the sides, and you got to keep it within the confines. But which is good about links courses, sometimes you can spray it to the next fairway, and you've got a shot in.
Yeah.
So
I can attest that doesn't happen at Formby.
There was one hole that I ended up on, I think it might have been the 12th where I ended up. It was straight after the halfway hut, actually. I ended up on the other fairway, and there was three guys were coming up that fairway, and I was sort of like walking on to go and place my trolley, so I kind of roughly knew an idea of where the green was because I couldn't see it from where I was going to play. Yeah. And he was like shouting over. He was like, hey, buddy. I think he was American. He was like, hey, buddy. He's like, you got your balls here. I was like, yeah, that's all right. I got it. It's fine. I can see it. It's right in the middle of your fairway. I'm really sorry, kind of thing. But it was brilliant. So was there anything else you would like to say as your last parting words to Formby Golf Club, mate?
My last parting words to Formby Golf Club. Yeah, I just like I said, I just think they've done an incredible job of keeping that. I mean,
Incredible.
it's been pretty dry summer, but it was just beautiful, wasn't it? It was a beautiful place to play golf. I didn't see any red squirrels, which I was a little bit disappointed about.
Yeah, no red squirrels.
But
And you were out in the rough quite a lot.
I was. I mean, that's essentially why I was out in the rough, Nish. I was just.
Oh, I see.
I was squirrel hunting. wasn't poor golf.
Totally makes sense, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you got no other excuse, have you? If you just keep putting it in the middle, you can't see anything.
Well,
The
exactly,
wildlife,
yeah.
can you?
No. Yeah, but no, I had an incredible day there, and I really enjoyed it. Like I say, it felt like a premium experience for me.
Yes, and we'll like to say just thank you to Formby Golf Club. They have actually, we will in the video version, you'll see we've got flyovers of and drone footage of the course, and it was courtesy of them and James Hogg Photography. So thank you to those guys for letting us do that. My parting words to Formby would be, I hope to see you again, because I love that place.
Yeah.
And everything was so nice about it, and obviously the lead up to it was great, wasn't it? Going through all the mansions and things like that. So
it's nice.
Yeah, I hope that we do cross paths at some time again soon. Wonderful place. Put it on your bucket list course
Yep.
list.